Yes, you're right.
What happens, the rest of the violation, you might get in trouble, so.
I understand that.
Yeah.
My point is the efficiency and the time that it takes. So remember, the way we approach anything is the way we do everything.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
can everybody do any of the two? Yes? Okay,
Yes.
cool, awesome. Thank you, Magenta. Give Magenta a round of applause. Okay, the last one there.
I have a question.
Please,
on
yes.
that. So on those flyers, I know we always have the open house flyers. Would you recommend having flyers for other properties within
Yes.
within the office?
You read this, huh?
No.
Yeah, that's-
You hacked
oh,
into
okay,
there.
Absolutely. Okay, so here, do not cancel an open house. Sometimes I hear like, oh, it's drizzling a little bit. I'm gonna cancel the open house. Do not ever cancel an
Don't,
open house.
yeah.
Unless someone's dying, somebody's in a hospital, or there's some kind of like natural catastrophe. Other than that, do not cancel. Okay? Yes, Diego.
Want to share something about an open
Please.
house. One time it was raining really hard here, so I reached out for some suggestions. What do you think? Should I do this open house? Got some feedback. No, it's raining. Don't do the open house. I wouldn't. No one's coming by. Whatnot. I went over the hill. It was sunny. Right. Like 25 people came by.
See.
You just don't know.
And it happens. What happens on Super Bowl? I remember, no disrespect to, I remember there's a Super Bowl. I'm like, you know what? Screw that. The Super Bowl don't pay my bills.
Uh-huh.
I remember I had one person come through.
One person.
And I kid you not, that person literally 1 week later was an escrow in a property in Granada.
Nice.
One. You just never know, guys. When the goals matter, you're gonna do whatever it takes. When it doesn't matter, then the other stuff
See
becomes
everyone here on
important.
Super Bowl day.
Again, no disrespect.
You know, some interesting
You never
stuff has happened to me when I've teamed up with people to do open houses. In one particular case, we hosted in Silmar like 4 open houses, and a bunch of you guys were there. But we were able to generate a solid 20 leads from that because we were bouncing the clients around. And we were like, hey, go there, the other agents over there. And the energy was so good that we weren't even worried about, oh, he's taking that client. They already registered in my open house. We were just going after it. So I think if we can all get into that mindset of like, let's do the open houses, I think we'll win. I have a available open house and I always ask myself, why am I always the one trying to host the open houses when there's people that are on the board that don't have any business right now? So I think we need to hold ourselves a little more accountable. Even if you do it like literally, if you do it 2 hours on a Sunday, it's going to be so rewarding. You're going to be like, man, I did work. You know what I mean? And again, this is the one thing I don't want you guys to do is don't think because you worked on Saturday and Sunday, you take Monday off. Because the thing is that just shows that you don't have a process in place. You don't have a true business. I keep saying McDonald's doesn't close their doors on Monday because Saturday and Sunday the sales were impressive. No, they continue to finely tune that machine all the time. So I want to get you guys into that mindset. The closer we work together, the more successful we're going to be. I guarantee that. You guys are all looking amazing, by the way. So,
And thank you for sharing that. As a matter of fact, write it down in your calendar. February 1st is going to be Global Open House Day.
nice.
Saturday, February 1st. We're going to go ahead and paint the town with the GPP colors.
And I don't know, Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
I heard Sunday, that's all they eat Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Saturday, is it? It is, no, yeah, it's a Saturday. I'm looking at it right now. Is it? Yeah, no, Saturday, February 1st. Okay? Okay. Now, with our branding and open house sign, do you guys see that? You guys like that open house sign?
Yeah, we love it.
Let's please not be these guys. I mean, I seriously, I don't want to disrespect any of the previous agents here, but I've like, they still have the sign, but there's like a piece of cardboard or like a sticker. Or, I'm like, wow. How many of you would hire an agent like that? Seriously, raise your hand. We don't have any of these here, right?
No, we don't.
Okay,
Rich.
days before the open house. First, you have to prepare, get familiar with the neighborhood and know the current inventory that's available. Okay, so you have to prepare yourself, get familiar with the neighborhood and know the current inventory that's available. what Jesse shared right now, 4 open houses going on in the community. You're rotating the clients around and they walked away with a lot of opportunity from there. And it's pretty cool because as these buyers are looking, there might be sellers too that are looking to list. They're gonna be like, wow, look at these guys dressed professionally, the skills, their professionalism, their branding. Man, that's the kind of agent that I want to represent me. And even if they don't do it there, trust me, you're gonna leave an impression, a very positive one. Next, practice your scripts. Very important, practice your scripts. Next, confirm with the seller or agent the time of the open house. I had a guy, I'm gonna just say it, from Intero. I gave him an opportunity to host the open house. He was very persistent to allow for me to allow him to do it, but man, his execution was horrible. All of a sudden, he became very he doesn't communicate.
How come they didn't even show up?
Guess what? Yeah, blew it.
This is a really big one because
I was trying to recruit him.
Vinny
I'm trying to recruit him.
Vinny hosted an open house and he never got the authorization to host. I don't know if you guys remember that. We had a full-blown open house.
We
And
were hosting like 3 open houses.
yeah, we were hosting. That was one of the days where we were like going all hard, and Vinny was right there, extremely confident. He had music, water bottles,
We
snacks.
had baked the night before.
Yeah, and the agent shows up like, "What are you doing at the open house? Why are you hosting an open house?"
Not the agent.
No, it was the agent.
Oh,
The
yeah.
agent walked there
I thought
super
it was the
lit, out of control. You were there too. Remember you took a picture of the ice cream man that looked just like Paul? It was the best thing ever. But anyway, that's huge. Confirmed the open house.
Did you guys get thrown out?
Yeah, we got thrown out, and the problem is that I came in super confident, like, "Oh, thank you for the open house." So the guy was like, "Why are you here at this open house? I never allowed." Yeah, it was a big deal, really big deal. So it was a mess. Yeah,
He took Vinny's lead, bro.
yeah, he did.
Vinny's very
He took the lead.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did take the lead.
Wow. Okay, next, best have a vacant home. Here's a suggestion, guys. Buy the seller some movie tickets. Get them a little gift card. Send them to eat. Like, you know? Let's not focus, oh, but it costs X, Y, Z. No, that cost of X, Y, Z can pay you good investment, right? Yes, I got a couple, yes, David.
I'd like to mention that if the home is vacant, it looks like the battery's a little low.
Thanks, Edward.
Then, staging companies only
Over here, down there.
How much is that?
Staging companies only charge like $225 for to put a couple of pieces of furniture. They'll
Provided by
furnish 1 bedroom, a little bit of the kitchen and living room, and you're good to go.
Nice.
How much is
Thank you
that?
for that.
225 per month.
Yes.
There you go. So you can easily stage it for the series of open houses you're gonna do, maybe even for the photos that you're gonna take for the listing. And then after that, you can decide to keep going or not once you get a buyer.
Nice.
So it's not that expensive either. It's an
Minimum
option.
3 months.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. Give it up to Edward, guys. I saw another hand go up. Pablo, did you read that? No? Okay. Eddie? No? Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Make sure you have all your tools for the open house and put them in your car. Like Jesse said, let's not be scrambling the day of
I used to have a box full of stuff.
with all your
Like a little
tools.
plastic box with all the
We still
tools,
do.
toilet paper, all that stuff.
Huh?
We do? Yeah.
It's from that,
Oh, that's true.
You know what helps too? Those plugins that smell good stuff.
Yeah, candles, all that stuff.
oh, yeah, cameras.
Next, Eddie, pull a list of all the current active listings in the neighborhood and study the inventory. So pull a list of all the current active
Can I add to
listings in
that?
the neighborhood.
You also have to know your propositions. There's a lot of people that, a lot of people are well
Yeah.
informed.
Yeah.
So you not only have to know all that, but your
Yeah.
propositions, what the 10-year bond, all that stuff, and the interest rates.
And then with
Very
the
important.
neighbors walking in, they'll start talking to you about the house that just sold down the street, the
Mhm.
house that sold 2 blocks away, and you're
And you're like, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so.
I've even seen get like those big poster boards with little slots, and they'll just go ahead and update and put all the active inventory on top of having flyers. Like on those, like, what do you call them, the little easels or whatever, put it on, yeah. A table, get a tablecloth, make it presentable.
Yeah.
Like you're touring new homes, you know, put some music on it. No profanity, please, right? Put some nice music on, like when you're gonna go look at, everybody's looked at and toured new construction, right? Like that, no different.
Sorry to add to this again,
Please.
but one thing that's very interesting is if you guys people are not paying attention, even the kids pay a lot of attention. The reason I know this is because through the process of purchasing, my daughter has been able, even if you ask her now and you guys want to quiz her, every new community that's in Porter Ranch, she will tell you the model, price, and the difference in square feet. So a lot of these buyers that are out there, they have these kids that are very, very tech savvy, that are paying attention, and they're on Redfin, they're on Zillow, they're on Trulia. So you guys, and that's why I love that you mentioned that. You got to really, really get on there. And one thing that I learned from Moses is that if you prepare a buyer tour, a buyer CMA, it gives you and identifies the schools, it identifies the ratings, it identifies a bunch of little details that you guys should be paying massive attention to. Not because it's going to discourage them or encourage them to purchase, but it gives you market knowledge where you always have the upper hand, and that's what you always want to have with the consumer. You want to make sure that you're so well informed so that they know that any other agent that's not providing that information is subpar. They're not performing to the highest of their capacity. Does that make sense to you
You can
guys?
put that on the
Awesome.
flyer too, like the demographics,
Right.
the schools.
You
all
can.
that.
Mhm. And if you guys look at your KV Core, anytime they click on a property, all the
The data
information's
comes
there.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you go to
Okay.
if you go to KV Core under listings, look for the listings, right click on the three little dots, create a flyer, it gives it all to you within 10 seconds.
Nice.
With all that
Or,
information?
Everything, buyer
Awesome.
tour.
Or
Always
on
rich.
the app.
Can you repeat that slowly?
If you go to KV Core under the listing, look for the listing. Once you identify the listing, you go to the three little dots in the left top hand corner. Once a drop down menu appears, you click on make a flyer, and the flyer will come out. It gives you the property profile, statistics, schooling, walking distance, everything. It gives you
Beautiful.
and market stats.
Nice, thank you. Yes, Moses, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna point out that every open house that I do, I always make it a point to know the schools, because there's always a family that's coming in that's gonna ask that. Always.
Always, yeah.
Good point.
And
Good point.
the time when one time I didn't do it is the time that I had been asked, and I was like, great, now I didn't look like I don't know the area.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Magenta, like, I'm gonna have her work on this project for me, but I'm gonna make sure that we have like a listing package and see if we